Hi, I want to introduce my visual HTML editor that I have created from scratch. It is based on my super small 25 kilobytes CSS library that is not required to recompile. It is built from scratch on the pure vanilla JavaScript. It uses material icons from Google. It is built with Astro.js and some svelte dynamic islands. Here you can see several tabs for editing our page, and these are action buttons. As you can see, they are disabled because there is no selected element at the moment on this canvas. This is resolution buttons to create responsive design. Let's create some basic page just for fun. Let's add some heading. Let's switch to element style tabs and create some paddings. Let's increase our text size. Let's make it uppercase 120 px. Let's make it italic and bold. Let's add some background. And let's make text center aligned. Now let's reduce a little bit our paddings for middle resolution. Example like this. Also, let's reduce our text size for 60 pixels. And for example, on the small resolution, we can reduce our padding even further. Let's check. As you can see, our values of different resolutions are different. Let's save our hero section as a template now. Save. And as you can see, it is immediately added to our elements. We can now reuse it. We can delete it by hitting the delete action button. We can duplicate it. We can inline edit our text. We can wrap our element with other element. We can click wrap dialog for this. Let's wrap it in the header. Wrap, and as you can see, it is wrapped now. Let's change this to h1 tag. And let's add a page title class. As you can see, it is added here. You can hide temporarily this sidebar by clicking on this red arrow. Sidebar will be opened when you're clicking on some tabs on the control sidebar. Now let's save this page. As a home page, home. Slack is created for us automatically. Home page. Let's hit save, and there you can see a pages list. Let's create some feature selection. Hit plus, drop some paragraph here. Let's move it below. Let's wrap it with a div. Let's change this is to div as well. This will be a column. Let's change this text to column. Let's duplicate this by hitting on duplicate, or by just hitting Command or Control D. As you can see now, there are two divs inside our div. Let's add the class for it. Now let's make it display flex. The display, let's choose flex, and let's make a gap, for example 32 pixels. And now let's style one of our columns, and then we will duplicate its styles to other column. Let's say that this flex grow and flex shrink 1, flex basis to 0. Let's add some padding, for example 16 pixels. Let's add some border, for example. All these inputs and selects will be replaced with some UI elements, but now in the developer first stage there are simple input or select. Border width will be 1 pixel, or let's be 2 pixels. Border style solid. Let's make it darker so that we could see it. Let's add border radius, for example 8 pixels, and let's add some background, for example F1, F1, F1. Cool. Let's now hit copy, or just Command Ctrl C, select our second column and hit paste style. Now we have two similar columns. Let's select parent by hit select parent action button and add some paddings here as well, for example 16 pixels. Now let's take a look how we can change our layout for mobile resolution. And let's say that we want to make it single column for mobile screens. To do this we have to change flex direction to column. Now let's remove margins from our page heading, set it to 0. And now we can save our two columns container to our custom templates as well. Now when we hit the plus to move to the Add tab, we can see our container here. We can also use a rich editor for some block elements by hitting on the rich text editor action button. Let's click save, and everything is changed. Now let's save our page. In the page settings tab, hit save, and now we can download and preview it. Here is our page that is generated as a static HTML. Let's add some other fonts for our global website. Let's go to the global settings, hit the add font, and let's choose an Open Sans. We all love. Let's select 300 and 700 font weight and hit save font. Now our Open Sans family is available for us as a global font family. Now we can set it for our body. Let's go to font family and paste it here. Open. As you can see, it is applied for our body tag. Let's, for example, add another. Let's be Anton. Let's hit save, and let's change it to our headings from family. As you can see, all changes are applied immediately. By the way, I have noted that I am not on the default resolution, So these variables are not applied for any resolution. So now I need to change it here as well. And now you can know that these settings are also responsive, so you can select your typography for different resolutions as a global settings. Let's set our end and font family here as well. Now we can save our page once again and re-download it once again. Now we can duplicate this page, save it as a about us, for example. Hit save page. It is changed here. Now we can edit this in line. This is about us page. Everything works perfectly. And now we can export and import our pages, variables, to save and edit our project later. Let's hit export, select what exactly we want to export, hit an export button. You can see a JSON file and it was downloaded as well. We can import this file by choosing import operation type and import type operation with replacement or adding to existing. Here we can paste our JSON stringify end string or just drop imported file here, just like that. As you can see, it is added here immediately. Let's replace and hit import. Everything is in the place because we didn't change it. Basically it is all for now. As a small roadmap, we will significantly increase predefined templates to import. As you can see, we can delete our custom template, but we cannot delete predefined templates, and they have this lock here in the corner. Again, adding elements. Here we can add styles to our selected elements. Here we can edit our element. By the way, we can add some custom attribute, for example data. Here is our elements tweezed. We can also drag and drop wherever we want. Here are the page settings and the global settings with global fonts, global CSS variables, and global typography.